Okay, everyone, example number 3. The dimensions of a car tire are shown. To the nearest foot, how far does the tire travel when it makes 15 revolutions? So this tire is going to spin 15 times. Okay, so think about that. It starts here and it kind of like spins its way around on the ground, and then it gets back to its starting place, and then it spins its way along the ground, and it keeps going, and it does that 15 times. So when it spins its way along the ground there. So that's the circumference, and then it does that 15 times. So ultimately, we want to find the circumference and multiply it by 15. So in this case, circumference equals, I think I'm going to go with pi d, because it's not going to be that hard to find my diameter, because I know that's 5.5, that's 15, that's 5.5, so 5.5 plus 5.5, I believe, is 11. And then we're going to add that to 15, so my diameter is 26. Keep in mind, these are inches. Okay, so your circumference is going to be 26 pi, which is roughly, if we hit Control Enter, let me see, 26 times pi, 81.6814 inches. Now, that's one revolution, but it's going to do this 15 times. So I'm then going to take that and I'm going to multiply by 15, which gets me 1,225.2211. But again, that's in inches, and it says to the nearest foot. So there's 12 inches in a foot, so then we're going to take that answer, we're going to divide by 12, which gets us 102.1, but it says to the nearest foot. So if we round to the nearest foot, it's going about 102 feet. Number 4, the curves at the ends of the track shown are 180-degree arcs of circles, meaning what we're dealing with here is a semicircle and a semicircle. So it's half the circle. The radius of the arc for the runner on the middle track shown is 36.8 meters. About how far does this runner travel to go once around the track? Round your answer to the nearest tenth of a meter. So we're looking at the guy on the red track. Okay, make sure you're on the red track, and I want to know how far he goes to get around the track. Well, if he's traveling from here to here, he goes 84.39. So if he's traveling from here to here, he goes 84.39. So the only thing we have to figure out is, well, what's happening when he's traveling from here to here and here to here. So if you have a semicircle on one side and a semicircle on the other side, and you put them together, guess what you're going to have? You're going to have a whole circle. Okay? Then it tells you that from here out to the edge, we've got 36.8. And I want to know how far it takes to get around that whole purple. So the circumference is 2 pi r. So the circumference is 2 pi times 36.8. Now, we don't have to double that or do anything funny because we already took the two ends of the circles and stuck them together just to make one circle. So in my calculator, 2 pi times 36.8 is roughly 231.2212, but that's just the ends. Then he also has to run the 84.39 and the other 84.39. So I'm going to take my answer. I'm going to add 2 times 84.39, or you could just add it twice, which is giving me 400.0012. and it says to the nearest tenth of a meter. Well, tenths is right here. There's nothing behind it, so really it's just 400.0, or you could just say 400 meters to get the whole way around the track. Last example, find the perimeter of the shaded region. Okay, so the shaded region is the blue part, and we have to find the perimeter of it. So perimeter means the distance around the outside. So the first thing I'm looking at is from here to here. Then we're going to go that way. Then we're going to go this way. And we're going to go that way. Okay, couple ways you can do this. The first thing I'm seeing is, okay, this is 6 units, this is 6 units. So part of my perimeter, we've got 6 units and 6 units. So the next thing I'm looking at is I'm looking at this arc, and I'm looking at this arc. Now, excuse me, I'm sorry. I mark them as congruent. Are they in fact congruent? And the answer to that is yes, because both of these circles have a radius of 3. So, because it's kind of an arc length, I can either use arc length or I can just kind of think about this. If this is a 90-degree angle here, how much of the circle is that? And it's a fourth. So, in order to find that right there, I have a fourth of my circumference, and then my circumference is, 2 pi r. So 2 pi r. And let me close this. It's driving me nuts. Okay, so 2 pi r. If I grab my calculator, I'm going to do Control Enter. 1/4 times 2 pi times 3, which is 4.7123. And if I round, it's actually 2/4, which would be my arc length from here to here. Now, because it's the same thing over here, there were 2 ways I could have dealt with this. Instead of using a 1/4, I could have really used a 1/2, or I'm just going to times this by 2. So times 2, now we're looking at 9.4248, which is both of those arcs combined. And then to that, I'm going to add 12, which is my 6 and my 6, which gets me 21.42. And then I'm going to go read, and it said, it didn't tell us what to round to, so I'm just going to like 21.42 units.